Hello, beautiful people. This is Siri's birthday today. Siri, is it your birthday, mamita? Mamita linda la mama. Soy el amor de la mamá. Hoy es tu cumpleaños, mi gordita. Hoy es tu cumpleaños. Today is her birthday. It's your birthday. I love you. I love you. Atitita, I love you. Say hi to people. Little ball. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, gorgeous people. Thanks for coming to watch my videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave your comment. Yes, if you want to join us a member, great. Thanks for the super thanks. And for the PayPal donations, greatly appreciate it. I watched Chris Rock live thing. I was peeing my pants. I don't have Netflix, but a friend of mine gave me her Netflix pass thing, so I watched it. I mean, it is spot on selective outrage, because he says how some people are outraged, how the same people who are outraged about certain behaviors are the ones doing it. So in this case, it's the bullying. If you notice, Meghan Markle never really takes a stance against bullying. It's always, let's be kind. But the bullying thing, they don't take that head on. And Meghan's contribution to Black History Month, having a black guy hold a white woman's umbrella. She's white. You know, one of the things I disagree with Chris Rock is how he kept calling her a black girl. She's not a black girl. She's biracial. She's a biracial or mixed race woman, white woman. You know, I am mixed race. My skin is white. I can't call myself Caucasian, but I am white skin, but I am mixed race. Miss Meghan Markle is not a black woman. I can't call myself 100% Latino because I'm not, you know, so, but I was born in Nicaragua, but my parents are, you know, different backgrounds. Clearly my last name, Matanovich, doesn't scream Latin origins, you know. So, good coffee, no lead. So it's this selective outrage that they have. So how are you people feeling? The ones who actually paid $33.99 to watch Harry say the same things he's been saying all along with this guy who promotes ayahuasca. This is why this guy was there, because Harry and Meghan always grab people who will, who will back up whatever stupidity or claims. Oh, this guy says taking cocaine and crack is good. I am going to have him on my show because he backs me up. He backs up my nasty behavior. And for this doctor to come and say that he diagnosed Harry from of ADD from reading a book that was ghostwritten by somebody else, which is filled with lies, and that is the normal behavior for people who are outraged or angry. No. If you're angry, you yell and you shout and you call somebody names, but you don't go lie and invent stuff about it. So this doctor is basically condoning Harry's misogynistic, denigrating behavior towards women. While Harry claims that his D-list, ultra D-list wife, who is ignorant about everything, he credits her for how wonderful his life is. While being isolated from everything he knew, and that he actually didn't want to be isolated from, because Harry and Meghan, make no mistake, they wanted to remain inside the royal family, but be able to commercialize being in the royal family. Can you imagine? It's like, for example, Prince William or Princess Catherine going to a polo match and doing like a beer commercial for the polo match, at the polo match, which is for, or the Queen. I mean, it is pretty awful, isn't it? It's how deluded they are. So are you feeling duped? And what you did is you bought the book, because that thing, the $33.99, the book was not free. I think the book, they sell it at $20 or something like that, or $14.99. So no, the book was not free. And they have added those books that were freely given as part of the sales increase in Harry's book. So how are you feeling about that? Are you feeling duped? But Chris Rock, it's so funny when he said that Meghan Markle, she seems not to know anything. She's ignorant. And she's going on Oprah saying, oh, Oprah, I didn't know. Didn't you Google them? It's so funny. It is so funny that supposedly a Northwestern University graduate that she claims to have 2 double majors would not know one of them being international relations. We've done that there's no such thing as international relations. International studies, yes. Didn't know anything about the British royal family, in spite of the fact that she was a huge fan of Princess Diana. She's read books on them. She's written articles about Catherine. She's been photographed outside of Buckingham Palace. She's been to London. She lived in Canada. And in Canada, we have the Queen's face. If she lived 8 years or 7 years in Canada, I think that Catherine and William, I don't know, I'm not sure. No, she probably wasn't there. But they've come back twice, I think, to Canada. I think they were there once in Canada. And if she's besties with Trudeau, she would know that Trudeau is the prime minister. And it's a parliamentary situation that, and that the Queen is the head of state. But no, she didn't know. So Chris Rock takes aim at it, because clearly, do not send your children to Northwestern University. Do not send your kids to Northwestern University, because if Meghan Markle is a shining example of what the result is, how ignorant, how uneducated they come out at the end of 4 years. And I don't know how she got 2 double majors in 4 years, because she's not a genius. You need at least, she got 2 double majors from a completely unrelated undergraduate programs that usually take a genius at least 6 years. Not because they may be hard or easy, it's because of the time constraints, because you have to take X amount of courses for one and X amount of courses for the other, and you don't have the time, because you don't. In university, sometimes they don't teach at night, especially when she went, there were no really online courses. But anyways, so Chris Rock takes the piss out of her. But I do disagree with him. She's not a black girl. She's a mixed race woman, white-skinned woman. Her mother is mixed race. Her mother is not black. Her mother is mixed race. There's already a great-grandmother, a pure white great-grandmother. It's like saying that Barack Obama is black. Barack Obama, he does not call himself black. He calls himself mixed race or biracial. So, yes. So, are you happy that you paid the $33.99, or do you want your money and time back? And I don't know about you guys, but Buster Murdoch is a hell of a lot. It's attractive compared to Harry. What an ugly looking guy. Ugh. I gotta tell you something too. And then Chris Rock talks about, I love the joke where he says, if you think you had it hard being a black woman meeting your white in-laws, try to be a white woman meeting your black in-laws. That's hard. Because black people will let you know that you're not welcome. But anyways, now let's get to the headlines today. The headlines. Prince Harry confirms he received email from Palace that he's been invited. Is that really a shock? You know what that means. You know why they're releasing it after all of this. To send a strong message that no matter what they do, they're still part of the family and they're going to be backed by them. This is why the employees, the staff that were bullied, harassed, allegedly by Meghan and Harry do not come forth. Not because Valentine Lowe and other newspapers people are saying, they don't want to upset Meghan and Harry. No. Because Meghan enjoys the protection afforded to Harry. That's why the victims do not come forth. Not because palace did not, and this is why the palace is not released. It's like, they know that this is incredible that this is playing out in the public view. That is like a criminal investigation is going to be carried. We're going to find out whether they're guilty or not, but we're not going to let anybody know. And if they're guilty, they're not going to be held accountable. And the victims can't speak up. This is really what's going on with the bullying and abuse situation with Harry and Meghan Markle in Palace. And the fact that it was allowed to be a private investigation, it shouldn't have been, because the staff is subsidized by the UK taxpayers. But hey, so this is the message that Harry and Meghan want to give out. That no matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter who they slander, no matter who they defame, no matter that they put a target on on all of Britain, no matter that for 2 years, all of Britain was called racist. Even in Chris Rock, he was saying that the British royal family invented colonialism. He's a little bit of ignorant there because they didn't. He forgot the Spanish Empire, but then again, some Americans are used to only thinking that the world revolves about the United States of America. No, Spain was a much bigger empire than the United Kingdom, than England at the time. And Spain started slavery I think almost 2 centuries prior. And as I said before, England came late to the slavery party, and they left early, and they campaigned to have that ended. Okay? But it was the British people, the white people that stayed in the United States that kept slavery going, and the Republican Party who ended slavery. That was the Civil War in the United States, because Democrats wanted to keep it going. And don't come at me saying, no, you're wrong, because I'm right on this one. So that's the message that King Charles, and some of you, wait 1 second. Some of you have said to me, go watch Lady C. She said that, she apparently, from what one of my viewers said, she talked about, for security reasons, Meghan and Harry were evicted, where the lease was not renewed, but they're going to be allowed to stay in Frogmore until after the coronation. And how she talked about William not wanting Harry and Meghan anywhere near their children because, and she gives examples of Murdoch case and all of other families who killed others. Because Harry is looking pretty nasty and pretty murderous, because everything that this man has talked about is hatred. I do not put it past him to harm William and his family, or anybody else for that matter. So she makes a compelling case for that, which is what I've been saying all along. If you listen to my my videos, you will know that I said that Harry's behavior, actions, words, and Meghan Markle's have increased the risk level for the entire royal family and those around them, and even the British public, and now the soldiers. So, but at the same time, if they're going to be, it's been confirmed that they're going to be allowed to stay there until June, after the coronation. So they have a place to stay when they come for the coronation. Otherwise, they would have been not given that, because they don't have anything left there. Please, guys, they don't. A canopy? Really? A canopy? They're going to arrange things. They already moved everything out. So if they're going to be given until June, or early June to leave, so that means that they're going to stay there in May when they come to the coronation. So they are going to be 350 meters away, or feet, from Catherine and William. So that argument that, they were evicted from Frogmore because William didn't want them in the grounds when they came over, especially now with the coronation coming over, it's actually a moot point, because they are going to be allowed to stay there, because they're being given until June to move the canopy that they left there. So they can't be much of a high, so everything they put out there, it's a lie. It's misinformation, because if they are going to be allowed to stay there until June, so they can have a place, they will have a place to stay in May, because they have until then to move the canopy. So they will stay at Frogmore Cottage. They will enjoy the security afforded inside the grounds of Frogmore Cottage. They will be close to Prince William and Catherine and their kids. So, what is the message here? Why are people going, oh no, they were evicted? Eviction, please look it up. Eviction means when you're currently living inside a place and you're given 24 hours to a week to leave before your lease is up. Harry's and Meghan's lease has not been renewed, and they're given extra time after the lease. And I don't know if they're paying that or not, because if their lease expired in March, why give them until June? Is it April, May, June to leave? You evict somebody, they gotta go. You gotta go now. And on top of that, some of the newspapers were talking about them getting back the 2.4 million pounds that they put in, that they repaid the public for refurbishing Frogmore, because they had no intention on staying there. That was fraud. They were probably shocked that they were allowed to spend that much, because I'll tell you what they were doing. They were making their demands more and more outrageous. So it's like, I'm going to make your heart so difficult that you are going to have to let me go. But the royal family never did that. So they had no option but to quit. And even then they went bitching. And what we're seeing right now, this past 3 years, is them bitching about the fact that they didn't get their way. That's all we have. Nobody in the States knows what batter up is. Sorry, batter up is. Because even Stephen Colbert was asking, better up or batter up? And Harry having 2 children, especially nowadays, are you telling me that you wouldn't have a parental app there for your kids, that you can play with, that you can look at things? At least when you're a parent, you do that. But no. And he had to think about better up. And his favorite smell is Meghan's skanky ass. Or Meghan wearing his mother's perfume, because that's what he's doing. He doesn't miss his mother because Meghan has taken the role of his mother by wearing her clothes, or not her clothes, but trying to imitate as much as possible. Even her smile. I don't know if she's trying to imitate Julia Roberts. The things that she's done, I think she's done what's called a Botox flip, which they inject that so her lip looks even like that, even more, Because if you remember, Princess Diana had that full smile, like her full teeth smile that showed beneath and there. And that's what Meghan is going for. And Meghan is getting all kinds of medical procedures in order to, because guys, now they're saying that, look at the narrative. The narrative is now that Meghan is going to be given a minor role because, to not look petty. So after everything I've said, Ladies is saying that they're an incredibly high risk, security risk for everybody around. But the fact that everybody is wary of them being there. They don't want to be there. They don't want them there. Being a high security risk to everybody. They're still invited. And of course, many royal journalists are going to say, of course, he had to do the right thing. No, the right thing is standing firm and saying, you know what? Like King Charles said in his speech, we wish Meghan Markle and Harry well overseas. But they keep getting invited at every major event and being part of it. They're still on the royal website. Frogmore is still their official residence in the United Kingdom. If their lease has not been renewed, why is Frogmore still listed as their official residence in the their official residence for him and his family remains? Frogmore Cottage remains their official residence in the family home, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So this is why Harry posted that out, to say no matter what we do, we're always going to be there. And Parliament does not have the backbone to say, don't come. This is why Meghan is getting all prepped up. And I'm telling you, they are coming. So for people, and I don't know why the news say, oh, Harry confirms you received an email from Palace. As though that is news. And Meghan Markle, She is addicted to attention, along with Harry. They're both addicted to attention. Harry right now, it's like, oh, they're writing essays about my book as though it's a work of art. You know? I don't know what to tell you guys. It's pretty amazing. So Chris Rock, you got some things right and you made me laugh. You got some others wrong. But yeah, they're coming. Of course, they're coming to the coronation. And in spite of the fact that many YouTubers are going around saying they pose a high security risk and this is why they were evicted, saying the wrong word because they were not evicted. The lease was not renewed and they're still being given at least 3 months, additional 3 months after the lease is up from a residence they don't live in to remove a canopy. So they will have a place to stay at Frogmore Cottage. So all of you wondering, will they or won't they come? Of course they will come. And Meghan Markle will either have a huge baby bump or be ultra skinny. Look at her legs, are so ugly as hell. This woman, I don't understand why people keep calling her beautiful. Meghan Markle is actually not attractive at all. But people keep calling her beautiful. You know? So Meghan Markle is average at best, and no matter what she does to her face, it looks even worse. So yeah. Oh, by the way, don't forget to join the live today at 12 p.m. Texas time, 10 a.m. California time. I'm going to be talking to the angry bootneck. It's going to be fun.